For those who are watching on the YouTube channel, hello. I am Sarah, here with all of my buddies as we continue our game of Humblewood. Where we left off, the adventurers were enjoying some time off. We had some shenanigans go on at Eliza's Emporium. We've had some shenanigans happen in the Roots, where Zinzi's has purchased a trumpet-looking gun. We have had some basic shopping done and a interrogation of a Vulcan captain of the Bandit Coalition, which led to Gerald admitting to his friends his past, where we are now stuck sitting. It's the next morning as we all are trying to figure out how we feel with that news.
Sad dudes are coming from Cindy's room.
Very quiet breakfast. Sad dudes reloading.
They're just that song playing.
Which is so fitting.
I could have been mean and started playing like a funeral thing. But that would sound more like a... Yeah, that would sound like a threat to Gerald.
Yeah, as Gerald is coming down the stairs for breakfast. Zinzi is facing away from him, but absolutely knows he's coming down. He's just like,
roll for performance and Gerald roll for stealth.
Natural one.
Awesome. This is a fantastic funeral dirge.
I just make the whole tavern depressed.
Alright, so it's the morning. You guys have had your breakfast. This is about day 4. What would you like to do today?
Conrad said to come to him with, like, if we needed work, right? Eventually.
Conrad said that he's going to look to see if he could use you guys later.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a intelligence-driven man. He's tried to get a grasp of where you guys sit with the current state of affairs, informed you of mistakes made in the past by the council that the council would love to keep buried, and is now hoping he can depend on you in the future, but not sure as to what will happen from that.
Gotcha.
I believe that Gwendolyn wanted to have some words with a bitch. You wanted to also interrogate Bray, but also I think you mentioned you also wanted to have a conversation, as you described, with the Vulcan captain as well.
Gwendolyn absolutely would like to have a conversation with Frey. Had we all gone together, it would have been a little bit better, but that's okay. She's going to come down the stairs, get a cup of tea, sit down. Good morning, dears.
Zinzi's just like has this big ass stack of pancakes. She's in comfort mode right now. After
Red.
betrayal.
Red will come down and sit and grab like water. Completely silent.
Gerald comes down, his hat low, his face now, like, here we go. kind of get himself some tea and then sit a little bit. He's going to sit in a position at the table where he is not too close to anyone, feeling like people don't really want to be all close to him at the moment. He's going to sit a little bit. He's sitting at the same table, but he's taking that one weird chair that's always on the opposite side of the 4-person table that's like slightly separated. He's going to sit in the timeout chair.
Zinzi's will start passive aggressively cutting into her pancakes with a steak knife.
There you go, dear. That's a healthy appetite. Red? Oh, scared me. Gerald?
Morning.
Good morning. Now, about yesterday, I believe we should wash our hands of it. Just chop chop and start anew. I'm going to go talk to that rascal bandit. Anyone would like to come with me?
Yum, yum, yum.
Don't imagine I'll be much help there. Already had a talk with her, and she may become pissed again, so I wouldn't want to interfere. I would just tell the gentleman at the that will be might attempt to follow your entry that you are working with Conrad and Captain and Bill Double-Chin.
You will remember he wasn't a captain, he's a sergeant.
Sergeant. Sergeant Alden.
Very well.
I need some time to myself, I think.
Understandable, dear. Please. And she's going to sort of like go to pat your cheek and then sort of like redirect to your like shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of, if you need anything at all, let us know.
She nods. Thank you.
Zinzi's is just silent and passive aggressively eating pancakes. I'm sorry. She's got nothing to say right now.
Red will go and sit next to Gerald. Just quiet.
He suddenly feels a dagger in his side.
It's like, oh, thank you.
All a Constitution save. No.
Because he's like,
Nice.
oh, good. Nice. Love that.
Sorry, my lights were falling. I gotta go fix them.
Okay, so if you three are just kind of hanging out at the bar, we'll skip to Gwen heading up to the council level, the council plaza. That's where my mind was meant to be. And you reach the gate, and there are a couple of guards. It's pretty early in the morning, so there's not a whole lot of people running around. But you reach the gates, and there's a couple guards standing right there, and they just kind of block your path a little bit.
Good morning. I'm here on business with person whose name I can't remember off of the top of Brian's head.
Which person?
Yeah, which one?
The one I was supposed to mention.
Conrad.
Yeah, that's the one.
And Sergeant Alden.
And that one as well.
All right, yeah, they kind of just wave you in, and when you first approached the council plaza, you saw where the jail was, so it's easy enough to get there.
Okay.
You arrive at the jail. There's someone sitting at the desk who, again, just kind of gives you a curious look and just says, can I help you?
Oh, yes, dear. I'm here to see... I would know her name, right? Right?
I think Gerald mentioned her name.
Gerald mentioned her name. Mentioned her by name. Like kind of.
I'm here to see the Vulcan prisoner by the name of Frey on business with the council.
I see. Sure. And he'll stand up and lead you down to where her cell is. There are a couple other merfolk who are stationed throughout the hall. And he, leaves you with them, and the one who's right in front of the cell will open the door and let you in, and she's sitting on a cot, leaning against the wall, just doesn't really acknowledge you very much.
We'll have some tea, please. Sugar in yours?
They don't respond to you at all when you say that.
No sugar in mine. Bring some for the sourpuss here.
I mean, the guards don't respond to you at all.
Tea, please.
He eventually turns around and goes, "Yeah, sorry, not my job."
I'll remember that.
Good. Yeah, he's just like, not my job, and then just goes back to standing there.
All right. Very well, dear. No tea for you then.
What's it going to tea for me? Very sad.
So you almost killed someone very precious to me. And you've clearly been up to no good for quite some time. I want to know why.
Why what? I tried to kill your friend, or I've been up to no good.
All of it. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay. That's automatic, right? You're not going intrusively?
Initially, it is just surface thoughts.
Okay. She's definitely very put off by your presence, for one. And not exactly happy with her current circumstance, obviously. Her surface thoughts probably would flick back towards the day that you guys attacked their camp.
Mm-hmm.
And probably got a few flashes of two different Vulcan gentlemen. One looks a little bit younger than she does. Not like late 20s probably.
Similar in appearance, or
Similar, very similar in appearance. And then the other one looks a little bit older than she is, but not by much. Obviously someone that meant a lot to her.
Mm-hmm.
And as you sit there and ask this question, just goes, "We'll get used to disappointment."
I've been living with disappointment since my husband was killed by your kind.
By my kind.
Bandits. You know what you are. Sidebar, I'm also trying to detect thoughts of the guard.
The one that's outside the cell?
The one who wouldn't fucking bring the tea.
He's just listening in on this conversation. Nothing much more than that.
Okay. I'm going to try to probe his thoughts while we're having this conversation. So I'm going to delve deeper into his thoughts. But at that time, also, Gwen is going to sit down. Not within, arm's reach of the Vulcan, but she's going to just take a seat.
She's sitting on the bed on the opposite side of the room. She is shackled, but it's, got a decent chain in between it. She's not going anywhere.
Okay. So yeah, she'll sit down
Okay.
and she will tell the story of how her husband was killed. She lost 4 of her 5 pups. And almost lost the 5th one, and how she's hated bandits ever since.
Okay.
That take about 10 minutes, and I would normally roleplay it, but
Well, you're welcome to if you would like to.
what is the guard thinking? Oh, he needs to make a save.
Yes. What is his save?
The save is I forget I'm level 3. It's a 12, and the save, I believe, is...
He doesn't make it.
Oh.
Doesn't matter what it is. I rolled a 6. Yeah. You
Let me-
trying to learn from his thoughts.
It's a wisdom saving throw for future.
Okay.
I want to know if he is genuinely a guard, if he's been swayed to maybe do anything untoward towards anybody, or if he's like genuinely a good like chap.
He is. He's doing his job.
Okay.
He's not gonna get you tea because A, that's not his job, and B, part of his job is to keep information that might have been learned from this Vulpin.
Mhm.
And so he's not going to leave his post when he could possibly hear something important.
Okay.
Plus, this weird ass woman just yelled at him for tea. He's like, huh, no. But no, this is actually his job. The only thing that might be seen as a little untoward is even though he works as a member of the guard who works directly for the council, but under a specific member of the council.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he reports to that guy, but he also takes a little coin on the side to report to Conrad.
Okay, so he's on team.
Not yeah, like right now that's what he's doing. He normally doesn't, but right now he is.
Okay, that's good to know. So she's like sort of probing the thoughts and just rambling because this is a story she's told many times. And then she gets to the gritty part where, you know, her husband was killed with his own weapon and she was injured while she was pregnant. She thought like she was going to die, and then she survived and like one of the pups survived. Just to sort of like get like feels from the Vulpin. And then after she sort of like probed the thoughts of this dude, she's gonna shift back to just like surface thoughts for now.
Okay.
So, like, what is the oh, this is only a minute long. She gives the speedy version.
Okay. Are you still trying to find out about Frey's thoughts, or?
Right now, I want to know like if what I'm saying is like affecting her at all.
Yes, and maybe not necessarily in a way that you expected, because yes, you have a mentality towards bandits because of your own past.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're talking, her thoughts are there's confusion, and thoughts of her own family. And you can see she's kind of trying to rack her brain as to who it might have been. So if you want to probe into that, you can. But I'll leave that up to you.
I will let the
This is
spell.
obviously news to her that anything of this nature had happened.
Okay. I'm going to let the spell expire, but I'm going to still sit there and just sort of look at her and say, you know, dear, I harbored anger and resentment for as long as I can remember. And when you almost took out my little Jerbian friend, that rage all came to the surface. But I'm also sympathetic to how and why people would do this. It's not easy living in this world. I understand sometimes you have to do things you don't necessarily want to do. Remember the first time we encountered each other? You know the time. She sort of like gives like a little half smile and like gestures at her. Or them. Them.
Her.
Or okay.
Frey is a her.
Okay.
She's just staring at you.
Okay. We actually sent those two to learn some stuff.
So what you're thinking of is those 2 Mawpox that you sent was a different set. The 2 that you met with her,
Mm-hmm.
or the 3 that you met with her, actually, you guys sent to a jail. You guys got attacked later. You got attacked later in the woods. Frey was not there.
Well, okay.
And those 2, you guys killed a few. A couple ran off, and 2 that were left unconscious. You guys were the ones who were the ones that you persuaded to move on.
Okay, so Frey wasn't there for that one?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of games. I'm really surprised that we've had as many games as we have.
But it's fun though.
The group that I'm with, have found ourselves working together for the betterment of the continent and the peoples that live here. And it's my belief that people can change, people can do better, even bandits. I don't know what your fate is, but if you ever need advice or guidance or someone to listen to, you have my ears. Detect thoughts again.
Okay. Are you delving deep this time?
Oh yeah. Wisdom save of 12.
18 on the dice. You get not
Okay.
much anything.
I still get the surface thoughts though, like in response to me saying that.
She can't figure you out. She's trying to get a grasp on like this strange hedge woman who just spilled her life story and is now sitting there saying, but if you need someone to listen to. She's just like, I don't.
Don't get.
Roll me a persuasion check for me, please.
I don't have advantage. 4.
4? She's not very trusting.
Okay, that's fair.
So she's very closed off. You get that very easily from her body language and from her own thoughts in mind. She's worried about her family.
Yep. Yeah,
And she is not, her circumstances are not putting the bird council in any happier light in her mind.
Yeah.
Or you guys, because it's, and even as you're talking about, you know, how, you know, she almost killed Zinzi's and all that,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much you would get with a 4 and with not being able to get past the wisdom check.
It would have been helpful if I had another person here. Gerald. That's okay.
Yeah, she can't figure you out very much.
Okay.
If you want, you could also just roll a general insight check.
No, that's all right. So at this point, she said kind of like what she wants to say, and so she's gonna just sort of like give like a motherly smile and just an echo of what she had already said. Not all bandits are bad inherently. Just remember that. And then she's going to walk over the door. Does the guard?
He opens it and lets you out.
She is going to grab his fucking chin, look him in the face.
So you have him by the beak?
Yes. I'm going to do an intimidation check.
Okay.
All right, jeez.
God damn it. I'm about as
I'm
intimidating.
too far away to give you inspiration.
Natural one.
Oh,
Don't you know you never split the party?
Don't you have like a bend luck divination thing every day?
Oh wait, yeah, I totally do.
Yeah, you're a wizard. You have portent.
I'm a divination wizard. That wouldn't help me. Yeah, I'm gonna use the 11 on that. So 13 for.
Okay. So you just grab him by the beak?
Conrad will hear about this. Next time, make sure there's tea. And then she's gonna just sort of like turn like sharp enough that like her quills almost brush his like body, and then like she's gonna just sort of like waddle away. And then she's gonna go down to the roots, but we can do that after.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's sufficiently shell-shocked, which is why you've not been arrested.
What the fuck just happened?
So be happy about that, I guess. Be happy you had portent, because it could have been really bad. All right. Zinzies. Any idea what you're doing?
I think I've finished my pancakes by now.
Probably.
This is a big town. She's looking to punch something.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, we're in the right bar for that, aren't we?
Right.
Yeah, I heard about the Fight Club, right?
Yes. You all have.
Zinzi's just gets up quietly from the table, doesn't say a word to Gerald and Red, and just heads down to the Fight Club.
All right. I will say it's about 10 in the morning. Not often is a fight club open around 10:30 in the morning.
I will make it open.
You get downstairs, and so the first thing you see when you get downstairs is right in front of you is like another bar. And then this is where, so you've seen like two other barmaids around, but they don't stay upstairs. You've only seen them a couple times, and then they just kind of disappear. As you come downstairs, you realize it's because they stay down here. There's about 3 or 4 tables set up. There's a bar on the back. And this is not exactly the biggest space. It's kind of like a patio, like a really big porch. And then as you look down to the left, it is to the left, and down is like a sandy pit that takes up the rest of the space. And there are a couple chairs in the corners, and there's stairs that lead down to it. But there's all that's down here is one of those 2 barmaids, who looks like she's cleaning up and setting up. There's nobody else down here.
Out of character, I still want to say I fight the barmaid.
And she's looking at you like, hi, can I help you? We're not.
Just checking the place out before I return later tonight.
Oh, well, we open back up at 5 down here.
Good to know. And I head back upstairs.
Okay. Hovered behind you as she goes back to setting up the desk or the tables.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you wanted to do or could think to do?
Just at some point today, she's going to the fucking fight club.
Okay.
That's all I've got planned for her right now.
All right. Red, what are you doing?
She is sitting next to Gerald, very quiet for a moment, sipping her water before she just says, how do you do it?
What exactly?
Walk away from it all. From the past. How do you do it?
Yeah, it's this. The look on his face is like, I have a joke that is also not a joke. I don't know if that was the right time. You are free to hit me for this, but with my feet. I just started walking, and I kept walking, and they didn't, and only one person came after me, and I told him to fuck off. I gave him my tabard, which I was planning to burn. I threw it back at him, and I left. The rest of it, separating myself from them, becoming both someone else, but not someone else, that took a bit more effort.
But you're here now, I suppose.
Hmm?
But you're here now, I suppose.
I never thought I'd actually see the inside of the city. It always seemed a lofty dream. Granted, I also thought I'd probably die in the last 3 years. Didn't have a team to support me. I just had a long sword and a lute. A fancy cloak. A busted up hat.
She takes like a really big swig of her water. I don't have a bright past.
You carry yourself a way that is familiar to me. A lot of us that have to carry our weight that way often don't.
I have a lot of habits, I suppose you could say, that just don't seem to die. Just drinks
Bad
the water.
habits, I think, are harder to kill than the bloody fire abominations we have to deal with. And those bastards will stick around a while.
No kidding. But You're here. We're all here. Suppose that's what's worth it. I want to let you know that I'm not judging you. I don't blame you.
I'm sorry. I saw Paige's face. He's like,
Lindsay, major judge right now.
they should do an amazing. They do major judge. He doesn't blame her though. I think a lot of the habits that are harder to break are ones we develop not from our past specifically, but from things we take from our past to survive. Yours might be one thing or another. Mine is one that I am still sitting here with you. And Zinzi's somewhere. I think she went to go pick a fight. I don't blame her, honestly. And Gwen off to talk to my old friend, I guess you could call her. We all have our bad habits. Mine is running. I can't honestly tell you how I've managed to stay with you this long. Get in, I do a few songs, sneak in a good deed here and there, slip a few anonymous tips to the local authorities, update the odd map they have, and then, like my old namesake, vanish like a phantom.
As he's talking, Red is going to try and pickpocket him.
Red, sleight of hand. Gerald, perception.
Okay.
Like, I just want to see, like, she's not going to do anything bad, I swear. Ah! It rolled off the table. Good. 14.
Okay, perception for me?
Yep.
8.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to take something, leave something?
I'm just trying to take something, just something random.
Gerald, what do you got in your pockets?
Ooh. Okay. So you take out a coin, but it feels weird. It's a weird feeling coin. Doesn't seem it's if you kind of sneakily take a peek at it, it is in fact a gold coin, but it the mint is not it's not right.
Yeah. So she takes it as he's talking. She just goes, holds it up.
He kind of just nods a bit, and he looks at that particular coin, and just kind of goes.
She gives it back. She just goes,
Not that one.
like I said, old habits die hard.
Can't say I haven't done the same occasionally.
But the thing is that I don't need it. I don't need any of the things that I take from people. I don't need it. I'm a sham. I'm not who I ever wanted to be. And I'm trying so hard. Trying so hard to find some semblance of freedom in my life that She gestures to the coin like that.
He picks a coin in his hand. And he holds it up, and on one side, essentially, what appears to be a depiction of a battle. Where a man wears a strig holding a sword. He carefully pulls the sword, actually slides the sword from the strig's hand, turns the coin over, slides the sword into a small slot on the opposite side of the coin, and a little panel slides away, revealing the insignia of the coalition.
Mm.
I still hold on to this because this is it's not a currency used in the coalition. It's an exchange of information sort of token. It's the only one I have left. It's hard to let go of. Granted, if someone with the knowledge that Conrad had found me, arrested me, confiscated this coin, I imagine my fate would not be very pleasant. I'm not holding on to it as some sort of ticket inside. It's not what this is for. I'm looking for my actual parents. And there's only one man that I know might know who it is. And that is Barnabas. There are a million other ways I could go about trying to get the information from him. Some very unsavory. At the same time, I feel as though using those methods on someone who trained me, practically raised me, would, in a way, drag me down to the very reasons why I left. Resorting to violence to get what they want when the normal methods didn't work. Now that seems to be standard procedure. I can't just get rid of it. For one, it's not worth anything. It's not technically a piece of it's just a fancy piece of emblazoned metal colored gold to appear to be just a regular gold coin, but I don't know. Some things become a habit because we're good at them. And some things become a habit because there's a little bit of excitement, a little rush, and that can be addicting.
No kidding. All I want is to go to the sea. That's all I want. If I can get out there, if I can get a ship, if I can find a crew, I'll be happy. Or at least I think so.
Not a terrible goal, and whether it would make you happy or not is not a terrible goal in general. Having a ship is handy, having a good crew is good as a person. trying to find what's making us happy while still dealing with the demons that have made us miserable. It's a hard sell. I know I won't know any real peace until the coalition is dissolved. Even if that peace comes that once it is dissolved, I hand myself over to Conrad or something and spend the rest of my days in behind bars. Or whatever might happen. Prison Blues, I hear, is an excellent theme for a selection of songs.
Oh. I'd love to hear you play it sometime. I think I'm going to get some fresh air.
That sounds like a lovely idea. Going to poke around the other ends. Just going to go poke around the other ends, see if I can hear any local gossip with any trouble.
Okay, so Red, we'll start with, are you going anywhere in particular?
She's just going outside to get some fresh air and taking her water with her. She needs like a moment to process, all the big talk.
Okay. And Gerald, you said you're gonna try to listen around for some rumors?
Yeah.
Are you just listening for stuff or are you asking around?
The moment I'm just listening for stuff.
In that case, make a perception check.
Oh no, baby. 15.
Okay. It's not very packed here in the morning. A couple days ago when all of the members of the militia or everything, that was a busy, bustling night. It has since calmed down. You hear that the members of the Birdfolk militia from Meadowfen are being escorted back to Meadowfen with a small contingency. So they're already on their way back. You also hear the rumors of the different members of the just civilians in the town who went and fought against that bandit camp, and how some of them signed up. And you also hear about a group of adventurers that not only went down and helped out, but were able to take out the captain of that particular bandit camp. So word of you guys is getting around. Other than that, there's not really too much. There is news of the Scorched Grove is more active than it had been in the past. Every now and then it flares up. People assumed after Ash Barrow it would settle down, and it doesn't seem like it has. So there are some rumors of more fires striking throughout the grove and the forest surrounding it. It's become very active.
Troubling indeed.
Well, that's about all you get. Is there anything else you want to do while you're here, or?
I guess I'll pop a squat over at the barding area of the bar and just do a little generic tavern music.
Okay. All right, we'll get back to rolling for that in a little bit. Let's check back in with Gwendolyn, who is heading to the Roots.
Sorry, Gwendolyn's avatar was pouring lemonade. I'll be 1 second.
Couldn't get tea, must have lemonade.
Couldn't get my hands on some goddamn tea.
I'm sorry, you asked a working man to randomly go make you tea. What did you honestly expect?
There's no sense of camaraderie, discipline. Okay, so actually, what I'm looking for is somebody who can mentor the older child in magic.
Okay.
So there is like a school here, right? A school?
So there's an academy that
Okay.
costs a lot of money.
Okay.
You're not gonna get it's very
Bougie.
yes.
Okay.
It's like it's private school, but like hardcore private school. And then there is the couple of teachers that you talked to before that were just helping the younger kids, but that's all it's very basic. It's, your pretty average education for.
Yeah, I need like magic studies, like wizardry.
Make a investigation check.
Oh, okay, now I'm rolling better. Let's see here. You said investigation?
Yes.
18.
Okay. There's not much in the Alderheart in terms of magic. There's no sort of instruction here. Normally, if someone is looking to get that sort of instruction, they go to the Avium, and that's which is where your son is.
Okay.
Yes, that can be expensive, but they also tend to sponsor a bit, so it's easier to get into. It's not, and that's, your son was able to get there. You're able to, like, you don't have to be like the rich and bougie to get in there.
Okay.
They have a very strict working regime. They are very, it's an intense schooling, but it's a damn good education.
And Gwendolyn would have, put all of she would have scrimped and saved as much as she could just to make sure that her son could go.
Yeah.
So she's familiar with the cost and everything. So I guess then I would like to do correspondence, so I don't need to go down to the roots for that.
No, and even like where the kids go to school right now, the three who are in classes, that's not even in the roots. That's in the Bright Hollows, which is it's still not the it's not the canopy. It's not the richest of the rich. This is where a lot of the refugees live.
Right.
Who still have some modest income.
Okay.
So this is
my people's
lower middle class, maybe reaching that kind of level. Like, these are the people who, they live comfortably, but they're not well off.
Okay. Gwen's gonna go check in with the teacher just to say thank you for looking after the kids. And then she'll send a letter to her son.
Okay.
Asking him to maybe, when he gets some off time, come check in on Eliza and the kids.
Okay, so you're you rolled an 18, so you would know that your best bet is either in the branches, which is where, like, that's like the modest living for the Berg folk who can't afford to be in the goddamn boughs, where it's the gated community. So you might be able to find someone or a postal service there, or the trunk market will have like pigeon services and such.
Okay, yeah. I'll probably swing by the trunk market first.
Okay. I mean, you probably would have been. You're close to that anyway when you're talking to the teacher. So yeah, you're able to find medieval postal service or facsimile, and able to send out your letter for only like a silver.
Okay.
The avium's not that far away.
Okay. And then I will go back and hang out with Eliza and do some tarot card readings, etc.
Okay.
I think we already rolled for my tarot card readings, though, right? For how much gold?
For the time, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think we actually did that for Gerald too, but that's fine. As you come into Eliza's, you will see that she has been having conversations with Ramona about possibly, email from a professor,
Okay.
about, being interested in magic, and Ramona is still very, she doesn't like focusing on herself. She focuses on her siblings. So Eliza seems to be more pushing into it than she is, but that's what you walk in on.
Okay. Oh, hello, dear.
Oh, why, hello. Back again so soon.
Oh, I've just been talking to some rude people and thanking the teacher for helping the little ones.
Oh, she's wonderful. She's so good with the kids.
She
And you're
really,
always welcome here.
as are you, dear. You're just a blessing every day. She sort of like does like one of these things. I've been craving a spot of tea, so I'm going to go make some. Would you like some, dear?
Oh, absolutely. I think I still have some biscuits left over from last time.
Oh, good. Could use a biscuit. Ramona, dear, will you help me with the kettle?
Sure. I can do that.
How was your day?
Fine, I
It's
guess.
probably it's like noon, right?
At this time, it's probably about, it took you a while to go visit and come back around, so it's probably closer to like 2.
Okay.
It's fine.
Did you say she's wearing the same thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
What did I
No,
hear?
she still has some of the biscuits from leftover, so it's some of the same biscuits.
No, before that, like Ramona takes care of the other ones.
Remote. So you could, Eliza, the conversation from what you overheard,
Mm-hmm.
it's Eliza wants Ramona to do something for herself, and Ramona mostly worries about her siblings.
Okay.
Is the gist of what you were picking up from any of that conversation. So no, Eliza's not going to make them wear the same outfit every day. She won't.
Okay. For some reason, I heard that she wasn't even like changing her clothes or whatever.
No.
When we whipped out the spoon, like ta-da!
Eliza,
There my tea in this, but my children with this spoon.
Eliza, dear, I think we need to have a talk about something called basic care.
Said whip them into shape, not whip them. Whip. So Druidcraft with the tea, it's gonna give off like a nice floral scent, and the tea buds are gonna blossom, and I will be doing this specifically so Ramona can see it, to remind her that magic is something you could add to any part of your day. And then I'm going to cast Infestation Not targeting anyone, but it's just gonna be like some fireflies. Just sort of like floating above me. They're normally it's like a poison attack, but I'm not targeting anyone. They're just for effect.
Okay.
And then she's gonna say, I've made arrangements for you, dear, to have a little help with your magical studies.
What do you mean?
Well, I did mention my son earlier, have I not?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he's a good boy. He's studying magic right now, and I told him to come visit next time he has time off.
Okay.
His name is Derek, and he's very, very good. Almost better than I am, I dare say. Would that be all right, dear? Is it all right for him to come visit?
I mean, I guess. I don't see why not.
You would like to learn magic, right?
Yeah.
You do have the gift.
I'll talk to him.
All right. I'll make sure he brings you some... wait, is the avium in like a city?
The avium? Here, let me pull up a picture of what the avium.
Or is it?
It is an enormous, it looks like a, and you would know this because you've probably been there. It almost looks like a fossilized tree.
Mm.
And instead of branches are these floating sections of earth with domes over them that spiral around the outside of the tree. So it kind of has like that Harry Potter moment with the stairs where you have to time very carefully to make sure you're getting to the right dome.
Okay.
It looks like, I'm dropping all my papers. Give me 1 minute.
Sorry.
It's fucking
Okay.
cool background.
It's magic. It's fading in and out of reality.
It looks like that.
Then send the plane.
That's neat.
And it towers over the surrounding forest.
Okay. So yeah, she'll describe that to Ramona, right?
Yes, Ramona.
Okay. And then she will sort of... She'll mention treats as well. I'm sure he'll bring something for you as well.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage. You guys got her out of a crappy old house.
21.
All right. Yeah, she's, as you're talking about it, she seems to, she's trying to hold back some excitement, but she's very fascinated with the idea of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
There's a girl. Now, shall we? And she grabs like the tray of tea and cups and stuff and brings it down to Eliza.
She'll help gather stuff and head down with you.
Okay. And then after that, she'll do her tarot card readings after. And that is Gwendolyn.
All right. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before we reach the point of Fight Club? Is anyone else going to the Fight Club?
Wait, what time is Fight Club?
is in the evening.
Oh, okay.
And it could easily be like during your meal, you watch Zinzi's just walk past the table and go downstairs, and you can react from there. Because I don't think she's told anyone about Fight Club.
Nope.
All right, so you guys are sitting down for dinner very calmly, and Zinzi's just walks in the bar, walks past the table, and goes down the stairs. Anyone have any reaction?
Yeah, Red just goes, have fun.
Take your medicine, bitch.
Do you think we should maybe keep an eye on her?
Honestly, she can handle herself.
No, I'm very tempted to go down and provide some fight music.
Would not recommend following her if she's mad at you.
I know. I'm not gonna be able to hear it from down there. I'll just go play over at over up here. But hopefully she might hear it and feel inspired.
So enraged.
I want to be able to give you bardic inspiration. It's like, aha! Punch this.
Gwen is going to cast Animal Messenger. And if there's any natural creature whatsoever within her eyesight,
In the bar?
or like even out the window.
Okay, about to say, because in the bar, come on. This man keeps it very fucking clean.
Yep.
But outside there are, yes, in Humblewood, you're all little animals.
But there are also
Little animals exist too. So there's finches and chipmunks and squirrels, which is really funny next to Zinzi's. It's fine. And, beasts of burden exist and all of that. So yes, there are some finches and some little rodents outside.
Okay. I will sort of make eye contact with a finch and then just sort of like this and have it come through the door.
Yeah, as soon as someone comes in through the door, it and flitters through and over to your finger.
And then I'll whisper something in his ear, and then I'll have him hammer her fly down to Zinzi's.
Okay. It kind of cheeps at you a little bit and flies down and lands on Zinzi's shoulder.
Hello, dear. I just wanted to wish you luck. If you need anything from us,
Bird's fucking talking to me?
the bird has my voice coming out of its mouth.
Did you turn into a bird, Gwen?
Sorry. It's kind of it's like a howler, but without the anger.
Like a floating talking envelope mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's more terrifying, the fact that it's a finch that sounds like you, or that it could be screaming at me.
No, it's just
That's the parrots.
if you need anything from us, please let us know. Good luck.
Is the bird staying on my shoulder? Because I don't want it to get killed.
I'm assuming after it just goes on its own, after it passes along the message needed, or?
Yeah, I don't think there's a response. So, okay. Yeah, it just sort of flies back to a window or back upstairs out the door.
Okay. So a bird comes, lands on your shoulder, sounds like Gwen, and leaves.
That was weird.
I continue on downstairs.
Okay. So you get downstairs, and it's busier than it was. You can hear some people cheering and hollering, standing at the railing, as there are two individuals just beating the ever-loving crap out of each other. It looks like this is not it's not bare knuckles brawling, but whatever weapons are used they're blunted down.
Mm-hmm.
So they obviously have weapons there used specifically for these bouts that are available.
Okay.
And there's a bar, and there's people cheering. There's people at the tables, and the two bar maids running around like crazy, gathering drinks. And after a short while, you watch as this tough-looking Mawpock finally gets one great crack across the chin of a Strigg, and it just goes down cold before eventually, one of the barmaids who's been watching this whole time calls it, and someone comes out and, slaps him awake a few times, and then they drag him off and, bring him to the tables and get him a drink. And then there's a few people who are celebrating, a few people who are, bitching and complaining as they've obviously lost a bit of money on this particular fight. What would you like to do?
I want to go over and sign up for a fight.
All right, so you go over to the bar and just approach at the bar, and there is one of the two barmaids who just came back and just looks at you and goes, "Oh, what can I get you tonight?"
How do I sign up for a fight?
You want to fight? Oh, we've got another match starting in just a couple minutes, so we could use another person. I guess all you really have to do is tell me that you're joining a fight, and we'll have you signed up. What's the name you want me to use?
Finnick.
Okay, Finnick. And Finnick, tell me, what is your weapon of choice? We have some alternates for whatever, if people use weapons, or you can just go bare fists too, that works.
Do you have a rapier or a short sword?
Yeah, we have some short swords, that'll work.
I'll take a short sword.
Okay. All right, so you're sitting down, you're getting ready. Where did it go? Marr. All right, give me one moment. I will also say that as you guys are sitting upstairs, you're watching a few more people come in for the evening, and some people are starting to go downstairs. Make me perception checks, those who are in the bar still. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We lost an 8.
We lost a Gerald.
There he is. What happened?
I don't know. I looked down at my phone for a minute, and I thought, "Is that so quiet?" I just looked up, and I was disconnected from the call for some reason.
That was bizarre.
Might have been my internet doing a fucky.
No.
All good.
All right.
You said perception check?
Yes, make some perception checks for me, please.
53, please.
Oh, me too?
Anyone who's up in the bar. And Red, make one with advantage. Because reasons.
Which roll?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
With a dirty
19.
A dirty 20, a 19, and what did Gwen get?
23.
23?
Mhm.
Okay. So you all see walk in the door Let me pull this up real quick before I forget. It's a raptor, a female raptor. But unlike most of the raptors that you've seen that have looked like hawks and peregrine falcons and things like that, this one has the coloring of an osprey. And Red, you actually recognize her. This is someone who you knew back with your dad's crew. And she walks right in and goes downstairs.
Oh.
Now, this is also someone who, because you spent your childhood on that ship with your dad, so you knew all the crew very, very closely. This is someone you actually got along with really well. This is someone who would, talk about how freeing it was to be on the sea and would tell you all these crazy stories, and someone you got along with pretty well. Take that as you will. And her name is, you would know this, her name is Alea.
Alea?
Yes.
Okay.
Alea.
Great.
I see one of them every day. Interesting. I'm just imagining her fight walk out. The other guy's got smoke and all this stuff, and then Zizzy's
I so need to buy a bubble machine.
or one of those bubble guns.
Bubble guns. I saw somebody made a post like, I'm tired of you fucking anti-maskers, and they had a water gun, but they filled it with Purell.
If it works, it works.
It's amazing. So Aaliyah is heading to
Downstairs.
Do we notice that Red is like, oh, I recognize that person, and
Are you trying to hide the fact that you know them?
Probably not, no.
Okay, then Gwen, make a perception check to see if you notice. It's
like
she's not hiding it, it's very low DC.
22.
Gerald, however,
You notice.
he does a very barred move you would expect from an owl. As she walks across the room, his head just goes.
It's basically, Gwen, what you're getting from Red is a mixture of surprise, joy, and fear, all mixed together.
Oh my dear, should we maybe take this party downstairs?
She kind of snaps out of it. I'm sorry, what?
Gerald's head still swivels all the way around, watching her go downstairs. Like, oh.
Is our little Zinzi's in trouble? Should we maybe take this downstairs?
Yeah, downstairs. Let's go. Yeah.
Gerald's like, I will go down a little bit after you so that she doesn't see I went down after her, because she still might shoot.
All right. Zinzi's, just make a perception check to see if you notice this raptor and then your friends come down the stairs as you are currently heading down into the fighting pit.
I, for the record, am going to attempt to stealth my ass down there.
18. Roll stealth. You notice the raptor come downstairs, and it's unusual because you're a country girl.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is dressed very like
Seafaringly?
Yes, seafaring. The only way I can word it is she's obviously a sailor. Not necessarily well off at all.
Oh no!
Stealth
I will get
downstairs.
to you. I will get to you. That's going to be great. And then she comes down and orders a drink and then immediately goes over to the railing and is just waiting for a fight to happen. Followed by her, you watch Red and Gwendolyn come down the stairs. Red looking a little bit more frantic than you normally see. Her normal suave appearance is much more concerned as she comes down the stairs. And Red, are you going to a table or are you going to go stand with Aaliyah? What are you doing?
She's gonna like whisper to the group, pardon me, I'll be right back. Yeah. And she'll like be by Aaliyah, more in like a kind of shady corner, I guess, just be like, psst. Yeah.
Okay, I will join that in just a second because now here comes Gerald. So there was another individual who was heading down the stairs, a servant, kind of big, easy to kind of hide behind, and he's trying really hard to duck behind this servant and steps on his own foot. And you just hear this thump, 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 as Gerald has now tumbled down the stairs, taking out the servant gentleman at the knees.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Roll me a dexterity saving throw to see if he lands on you or not.
Oh,
God.
goody!
Can I impose disadvantage on Gerald?
No.
Let's not. Oh no, it's saving throw. I'm pressing the wrong button. 23.
All right, so he doesn't land on you, but you do still take 4 points of damage as you have fallen down multiple stairs and landed on
I'm
your feet.
falling and I can't get up.
God damn it, I was about to say that.
It is not your crowning moment, and I love that you rolled a 1. It's what I needed tonight. It's fine. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
All right, we need to level up so we can start taking levels in Rogue. I can stealth drop.
So, Red,
I will.
you're
Yeah.
trying to quietly wave down your friend. Let me see. Oh yeah. She notices. She kind of looks up and around and then looks back and looks at you and just goes, "No way, Red!" And comes running over and just gives you a huge hug.
Oh. Yeah, she hugs her back real tight.
You've been
Lee,
missing
you
for quite.
fucking bastard! What are you doing here?
What about you? You've been missing for quite a while.
Yeah, I know.
Your dad's been crazy looking for you.
Yeah, I kind of don't want him to find me, so. But how have you been? It's been so long.
As good as you can get, I guess. Working on the docks these days.
Oh, I miss the sea. I miss it so bad.
You and me both. What are you doing this far inland?
Well, 1, trying to get away from Dad, and 2, finding adventure. Maybe seeing if I can recruit a crew of my own sometime.
You're not going to find much of a crew up here. This is where all the crazy tree people are. You need to head out to the ports.
If I head out to the ports now, bless you. If I head out to the ports now, look, how long has my father been looking for me? Be honest.
Since the night you disappeared, he's all pissed. Honestly, he thinks I gave you the idea. It's why I'm working at the ports. Oh, come on now. I never said anything about leaving.
No, you didn't. That's true. You didn't. But just things you said. I just wanted so bad to explore that myself, by myself. Maybe not by myself, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
I can't have him breathing down my neck all the time. I'm not a child anymore.
He's a strict man. Good man, but a strict man.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Good to see you, kid. And she flags down the barmaid to get you another drink.
Aw. But why are you here specifically?
Oh, like I said, dear, I've been working the docks for a while. Your dad doesn't do well thinking that I convinced you to leave and has managed to blackball me from all of the different... That I sit under my desk. I'm sorry. I'm fidgeting and knocked a whole bunch of shit over, and I'm afraid to fuck.
I feel that. Feel it deeply.
Anyway, he's managed to get me blackballed for most of the sailing vessels coming in and out of the ports, so trying to find any work at this point.
So sorry.
You know him. He does whatever he can for his family or his crew, and strict man.
Sometimes he could just shut the fuck up.
Well, she'll be happy to talk shit with you for the night and just join in.
Just the whole thing about all the shit she's been going through.
All right. Zinsies. You're stepping into the arena. You've been handed a short sword and offered a shield if you wanted to use it.
Nope.
Up to you.
Not using shield.
In two of the other corners, on one corner, you look over and there is a oldish looking Mawpock, dressed in very light robes, just kind of standing there waiting. In the other corner is a middle-aged hedge with a long sword in his hands that's just kind of pacing in a circle.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them are armored up.
I have my armor on because I'm tiny and squishy.
There's no rules against armor. These two don't happen to have any. And they're, working on getting the crowd in the frenzy, and then you hear the barmaid yell out, "Last chance for bets! Last chance for bets!" If anyone was interested in placing any bets.
I am the smallest one in there. Holy shit.
I will. How does the betting work?
Because I am so good at gambling.
Yes, please give me the schematics of the.
The spreadsheet.
It looks like the hedge is the house favorite.
Okay.
And the Mawpock and Zinsies. So for the Mawpock and Zinsies, it's like a what's it called? It's a 3-to-1.
Mm-hmm.
And the hedge barbarian is like a 2-to-1.
Hedge barbarian. Okay. I will put in 25 gold on Zinzi's.
Please do not have that much faith in me.
You're not there. You're getting ready for the fight.
I am there.
You guys are all level 3, right?
Yeah.
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 Just checking.
Red will put in 20.
Points.
All right, so when 20 on Zinzi's or on one of the other two?
Zizzies.
Okay.
The fuck?
What?
The fuck?
Rex, express this enough. The fuck?
I'm not asking for any particular reason. It's nothing you need to worry about. Shall we continue?
It's very convincing. Gerald is not going to bet. He is, however, going to buy that man he tripped a drink. And then he's going
Yeah, the guy who tripped at first was like, "Oh, what the hell?" And then, as you get up and look pretty like upset yourself and profusely apologize and buy him a drink, he's just like, "Just watch where you're going," and goes to set his own bets.
Gerald's going to sit sort of off to the side, sort of, but kind of near, not like up against Zinzi's corner of the ring, but that sort of area of the room, but like in the back. And he is going to take out the lute and begin to strum out some proper battle music.
Okay. Which is totally fine. You can just fit in because there is a what's the word I'm looking for? A band there. So you can just kind of fit along with them with no problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got my 25 on Zinzi's?
I have your 25 on Zinzi's and I have Red's 20 on Zinzi's.
I also have one portent left. Would I be allowed to use that, or is that cheating?
I mean,
You're welcome to try. You don't know how the surrounding individuals would react.
Okay.
What are the components of it, just so I know?
When you hold on. You can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of these foretelling rolls.
Okay. Does it have, what are the components?
It's no action.
There's no, okay.
Yep.
All right.
It's kind of just like a twinkle in my eye.
Okay.
But if you want to, I can be like, or like,
I'm not going to add components if there's nothing listed, but I just wanted to see.
yeah.
Where is... No, where's my new map? I made the new map. Where'd it go?
where is it?
There's my map. There's my map.
Yeah.
Of course, the squishiest member of the party is going into the fucking fight club out of spite.
This was your own excellent decision.
This is the only thing I was looking forward to tonight. I'm just like, Zinzi's is gonna end up at that fight club, man.
I am so happy.
Gwen is also like, yes, bitch. Yeah.
No, because the hedge and the Mawpock are like 2 to 3 feet taller than her. So she's like a fucking toddler in there.
Who let this
It
child?
is definitely that montage from Zootopia when Judy goes up against the rhino in boxing.
Where is it?
Step off the ropes. Spring load into his head.
Wait, I found the cutest video of a chipmunk on.
While I set this up, by the way, I'm going to pause the recording so we can take a break, bathroom break, things like that. And I finish setting up my map, and then we will be ready to continue.
Fuck!
And we're back. See, I can kind of edit out the ones in the beginning, but not these ones.
No, I'm just like that picture of that crow going, fuck!
All right, so as the three of you begin squaring off, there's a shout from the barmaid as she says, and fight! Roll initiative.
19!
Oh, just Zinzi's got it.
Just Zinzi's. All right, so
When someone rolls initiative, we all roll initiative.
what is your grand total, Zinzi's?
19.
Okay. So
You got this, dear.
first up is the monk, actually. The monk starts running on the right screen, I swear. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and goes over to the barbarian and is going to pop it right with his quarterstaff. Is going to take the quarterstaff and swing and pop right at the ribs. And yeah, that hits. So So you watch as it comes and pops right in between the where the ribs meet that fleshy part of your diaphragm, and the barbarian just kind of goes, oh, and or like starts to lean over and grab at the spot. All right, it is now. Is there anything else that it can do? Yeah, and then he's going to come through and swing the staff around again and pop again with a flurry of blows, this time hitting with the elbow. And see if that works. That also hits. All right. It is now your turn, Zinzi's.
I'm gonna bonus action click my boots of speed.
Okay.
My movement is now 60.
Okay.
And opportunity attacks against me have disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm going to scamper over to the barbarian, 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Are you
I'm going to swipe.
Okay, go for swipe. You have an advantage because, well, technically that's not an ally, but he is surrounded. I'll say with advantage. He's surrounded.
God, because I rolled a 2. 18, 19, 20, 22, 23.
That hits.
All right. For 10 points of damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have dueling as my fighting style, so if I have a one-handed weapon, I get a +2 to my damage.
Yeah, cool.
And then I'm going to run back again 30 feet, so that opportunity attack has disadvantage on me.
What's your AC?
15.
Yeah, no. Just barely misses.
All right.
10,
I ran
15,
back
20,
30 feet.
25, 30.
Yep.
Okay. Now it's the barbarian's turn, who's going to go into a rage. And it's going to it's going to frenzy. So it's going to first make an attack with its long sword, two-handed, at the monk, which hits.
Oof.
That's a lot. It's 2. They might take each other out. I don't have a lot of hit points because they are low level. It's cool. And then go again with its frenzied. And this time it swings and the monk just kind of dodges down and out of the way. It is now the monk's turn. The monk is going to once more pop into the barbarian with a quarterstaff. Really? That's a natural 20. Okay. Cool. But it's halved. So, yeah. It's not, the barbarian's not down yet, but is looking fucking hurt. And then the monk will use another key point, and you watch as it just kind of pulls itself into a defensive stance.
All right.
It is now your turn, Zinzies.
I run over 30 feet. Swipey, swipey.
Are you only going after the barbarian?
Yes.
Okay. Roll the attack.
With advantage?
Yep.
Natural 20!
Okay.
Do I double the dice or double the damage?
Double the dice.
Okay. I rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. 17 points of damage.
How are you bringing down the barbarian?
Non-lethally.
Yes, all of it is
Yeah.
they said in the rules before that you should keep it non-lethal.
Non-lethally, I take the pommel of the short sword while he is distracted and facing the monk and pop him upside the head.
Okay, yeah. He goes down.
And then I jump back 30 feet.
All right.
Get my distance between myself and the monk.
I was not counting that one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. The monk, let's take you. No, your body's still there. So he's going to jump over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's going to just stand there and wait.
Okay. I rush towards him and attack.
Okay, as you go forward to attack, he is going to hit you with the quarterstaff. So roll your attacks, and I will roll my attacks, because he was holding an attack until you approached.
Okay.
Interfere.
Huh?
What?
Can I have my portent activate right now?
You can certainly try.
I would like to make his first attack. I roll a 2 on the dice.
Okay. Just for the hell of it, roll deception.
Natural 20!
Seriously?
Yeah!
Awesome! That's awesome! Roll that damage!
2 6s again.
What was your deception, Gwen?
15.
Yeah, okay. No one seems to notice. It was
I
low
rolled a-
because there's no components.
I rolled a 5 and a 1 that time, so only 11 points of damage.
Crack! And he slumps down. He had 9 hit points left.
No, I kind of, as he's going to swing me with his quarterstaff, I parry it with my blade and cause it to smack himself in the forehead.
I love it.
Yeah.
That was the coolest short as Fight Club moment I've ever seen. That was amazing. So that means with the odds, Gwen, you have 75 gold. And Red, you have 60 with 3-1 odds. Good job. All right. So
I correct my boots of speed, so I'm not just running around so quickly.
yeah, so as you finish them off, there's a moment of pause in the audience because this tiny ass little squirrel took out
2 veterans.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's just an uproarious, yeah! And there's a huge crowd cheering. There are some people who are cursing their luck because they didn't bet on you, and
Mm-hmm.
we love you. Yeah, their healers come down and take care of the other two, and you didn't get hit at all, so they obviously don't seem to need to offer you any heal. But as you come out, there's people offering you drinks, and you see some of your friends hanging around upstairs.
I gotta remove that short sword from my equipment now. I just head straight over to the bar and I sit. Climb up on a chair.
And as you do, the bartender just kind of laughs and throws down a giant goblet of ale and says, "Very nicely done. That's impressive.
Thank you. My brother taught me.
Brother taught you well. Anything else you'll be having, or just the ale?"
Just the ale, thank you.
All right. And she'll go back to what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start with Gwen. What are you doing now?
Gwen will go over and congratulate Zinzi's.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you, dear. Oh, what a show.
Thank you. Haven't gotten to fight like that for a while.
Well, I'm certainly glad you're on our team. Let me buy you a drink, dear.
Okay.
Bartender.
I'm already working on my first goblet of ale.
Yeah.
She comes back over and, "Oh, a friend of yours then. What can I get you?"
I'll have a very large tea and another ale for the champion here.
"Certainly, easily can be done." Goes out and pours. Will actually pull down and pull out a pot, and has the fresh leaves and pours, and has it setting in front of you with a cup, so that you can pour it when you're ready, when it's done steeping, so you can decide how much you want it steeped. Kind of like when you go to a diner and they give you like that little metal pot with the bags, kind of like that.
So her face gets like, you know how like when hedgehogs are like sleeping or like just kind of like hearing, and like she's gonna do that. Fresh tea.
And then comes over with another giant goblet for Zinzi's.
I'll put down a gold for that.
She'll happily take it. All right, Gerald.
He'll pull away, play something victorious as she finishes, and just keeps
Okay.
playing with the band.
All right. Red, what are you doing?
Sorry. Red will go to Zinzi's and sit next to her and just go, you know, I didn't doubt you for a moment.
Hope you guys wouldn't.
I bet a lot of money on you.
How much? Clutching her pearls.
What happens to Betsy?
Ooh, goodness. I'm sorry.
You guys cut out for a bit for me.
How much did you bet?
Yeah, doesn't matter. You won.
Aaliyah will follow you over to the bar and just say, "Well, that was quite a quick display. Rather impressive.
Thank you.
Very net friend of yours."
Yeah, actually. Well, I may as well introduce you. Yeah, so this is Zinzi's, Gwendolyn, and Gerald.
Gerald's actually not there. Gerald's over with the band. Gerald is not approaching.
Yeah, she's pointing.
Oh, okay.
She's like, that over there. That owl is Gerald. Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Yep.
I'm
Run through.
very nice to meet you. I'm Alea. I knew this one since she was a tiny cub.
Oh, that couldn't have been too long ago.
Really. But I used to sail with her out on the seas. Big crew. So
Big crew. Always. Big crew, big families.
yeah. But she was the one who really kind of sparked my love for the sea. As much as I was out there, like I liked being out there, but she was what sold it to me.
Yeah. There's a lot of adventure out there. It's easy to find if you look hard enough.
Too right. Too right.
Zinzi nods as she finishes her first goblet and then slowly starts on the second one.
You can pack it away for something your size.
Yeah, she keeps surprising us.
That's very impressive. Well, I think I'll let you spend some time with your friends. I don't want to intrude. It's great seeing you again.
Nice meeting you again too. It's a very good time. I needed it.
Yeah. Well worth it.
Yeah.
And she'll start to walk off. Make another perception check just for the hell of it.
At advantage again or no?
No, because you've already found her.
May I make an insight check on her? Is that
Sure.
19.
19?
Yeah.
Okay.
who is this friend of my friend? Dirty 20.
Are you just trying to get like a grip on who she is, or
General vibe. Does she seem authentic? Does she seem mischievous? Is she hiding?
It's vibe check.
Is she?
I mean, you saw her for a short amount of time. She seemed friendly, open, amicable. Yeah, seemed like a nice person.
I will sip some more tea.
19, she does go over to another little table in the corner where you see like a little hooded figure just kind of hiding in the shadows. She just goes over and starts talking to them. You don't know what it could mean. You don't know if it's just a friend. She just finds somebody else that she can talk to.
Gwen.
Yes, dear. Oh, yes.
Do you see that? Who is that? The hooded figure. And then, like, Red will look away, like, look nonchalant. Yeah.
It looks just like a, hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Yeah, it's just, young-looking hedge. Doesn't look familiar to you, Gwen, after she points out who this person is. Just another person in the bar that she just seems to have found.
May I cast tea time and offer Red a cup of tea?
Sure, you can pass tea time and offer Red a cup of tea.
Okay, so I just add like a little flourish of herbs into the teapot, give it a little swirl, and then pour a cup. I'm sure you'll find this will Revitalize your senses, dear. She holds up her cup to cheers you. Come by. Alright, you now have advantage on wisdom, perception, and intelligence investigation checks, as well as initiative rolls. If shit gets sour. And then I would like to take a closer look, if it's alright.
Same.
Just surface thoughts or just look at them?
Oh, no, I cast tea time. So I'm just looking.
You're just looking at them?
Yeah, but I want to do I want to take a close look at them.
Are you trying to figure out what they're talking about, or are you just staring them down? I'm asking, are you thinking insight, or are you thinking perception?
I'm thinking perception, but just a casual don't look over there.
Sure. Roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Cool.
And since you guys both took, since technically you both do two classes, for you and another, you both have advantage.
Yee. Okay. 15 because I rolled a 12 on both.
I rolled a 4 on both, so 8. Gwen literally does.
Gwen, listen, as you go to do so, Red, you stare at them, and it's a younger hedge, a little dirtier, got the hood up in his cloak, just kind of in the corner. Not really. They look like they're having a very hushed conversation, but that's really all you can notice. Gwen, as you go to do your do, and then suddenly turn around, there is a butt in your face.
Yes.
And somebody else has approached the bar, so you just turn around and it's just like ass.
I am okay with this.
Strangely enough, it's the same servant that Gerald tripped.
That ass almost landed on me.
My goodness, you are very well endowed. You're in this crowd. Excuse me.
Thanks. It's a weird night. And he just goes back to his drink.
No kidding.
It's a weird night. I don't think if I had a string and then I think I got hit on by an old lady. On this weird night.
It was light to moderate sexual harassment.
So as the night goes on, there's a few more bouts that happen. Aaliyah actually goes down at one point and joins one of the fights. Almost makes it to winning, but doesn't quite. It's an interesting night. Are you guys gonna hang out some more, or?
I think Red will call it a night.
Yeah, I think after her 2 drinks, Zenzi will call it a night because now the alcohol's kicking in.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's Gerald doing?
He's probably leaving the band area.
Are you're still playing in the band?
I was for a while, but he's probably leaving by the point people are trying to call it.
When you say leaving, do you mean going upstairs to bed, or are you just kind of sort of circling?
He's just kind of meandering around.
Okay. Gwen will wait until you stop playing, and then she'll sort of come over and compliment you on your playing and ask how you're doing. How are you, dear?
That is a complicated question.
Not really. Would you care for some tea?
I'm never going to turn down tea.
pour some tea.
More tea.
Now pour the tea.
Oh, yeah, tea, I can go. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why the Adam Sandler musical popped in my head.
So I spoke to Frey.
Oh, delightful.
Were you aware that she has relatives?
She had a brother and a husband.
Had as in past tense?
She told me that they died recently together. They were a hell of a team.
Hmm. Were they bandits during this time?
Her husband and brother were, unfortunately, but she was a merchant. She ran a little shop of bits and bobs and
Like our dear Eliza.
a bit. And like our Eliza, she had little ones to care for. 2 boys. I imagine they're about up to the oldest about up to my chest at this point.
Hmm. Glorious.
I knew they were dead before she told me. It's one of the few things that could drive someone like that to doing what they've done.
But the little ones are still alive?
I imagine so. That's why she's fighting, I imagine.
Do you happen to know who she's fighting?
She called herself and the rest of them revolutionaries. They think they're helping in their own way. They want to replace the council and make a new way of things.
Oh my.
Granted, I believe reforms are necessary, but it's a bit much.
Well, revolution always has its cost, and that cost is almost always blood. It's a shame. She seems very capable.
Smart as a whip, really. She wouldn't have gotten to this within the short time that the current leader has been in command. She's gone from a simple merchant to a captain.
That is impressive. It bodes poorly for those in her path, however.
Yes.
Still, she would make maybe not an ally, but she'd be a good contact if we could convince her to step away from her ways.
Not without a voice. If we couldn't secure or ensure her boys would be safe, she's not changing her allegiances anytime soon.
Well, something to think about. Anything else troubling you, dear? You have seemed tense and, good for good reason.
Yes, very good reason. I find it no coincidence though the ideals of gods and fate have never really been my forte, I believe it no coincidence that the day I decide to reveal my past to all of you is the same day Zinzi's, our dearest god, buys a firearm. I do not believe, if there were to be signs that I'm probably doing the right thing and that I should have done much sooner, that was probably a good indication. I don't really expect her to forgive my deceptions. Deceptions is what kept me alive for so long. It's hard habit to break. But I am trying.
As someone who is gifted in the arts of divination, I can say fate does have its place, but it's not always predetermined. Sometimes it can be bent to our will, and sometimes the odds just aren't in our favor.
Odds have never really been in my favor. I just had to deal with the odds I'm given.
Well, I will say one thing's gone right for you. You found us. She sort of like slaps her cheek a little bit. So she's very hands-on. She wants to like,
She's grandma. She's just like hands.
yeah. Well, like auntie.
Yeah. Auntie Gwen.
Auntie Gwen. There's hope for you yet, dear. I will never forget that you saved little Zinzies.
I would just rather than die. She has important things to be doing.
Yes, she does.
I have a small request. I don't know how she would take the news from me, but I did hear a bit of a rumor, whisperings earlier that her friends, as it were, townspeople and the guards of her town that were taken captive, headed out, I believe, either today or we're heading out tomorrow, back home, with some additional security.
So we were able to sway them to help on the front lines.
I was already told that.
You were? Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought there was a thing I heard in my rumor listening. I didn't know if she'd been told or not.
I think Conrad said that the perch guard was being sent out to my town.
When he sat down at the table, right?
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm just clarifying.
Okay. Yes, it's very good. I think that it'll be the aid they need. But there is something bigger afoot, and it is troubling me.
Hmm.
Between the banditry and the expansion from the... I'm sorry, Brian doesn't remember what it's called.
Scorch Grove.
Grove.
Scorch Grove, yeah. Something is happening. And despite my talents, I can't quite get a grip on what it is.
It's a strange thing.
Promise me one thing, Gerald.
What would that be?
Be true to yourself. You're a good person. Even if you don't always believe it.
The interesting question is, who is that?
Only you can answer that question, dear. And she sort of pats her cheek one more time, hops off the stool, waddles back upstairs, and then to her bed.
Oops. Daryl's going to have probably a couple more drinks and then go up to his room, sleep.
Okay.
Being contemplated.
All right. If that's all everyone is going to want to do for the night, I need everyone except for Red to mute their computers. And I will text you when we're ready.
Okay.
So, muting my audio so I can't hear?
So you cannot hear.
Yes.
I have a button for that.
I'm sorry.
Way to mute audio on here.
Um,
So that you cannot hear what's happening. If you want to step away for a minute, get snacks, whatever. But we're going to wrap up soon.
I have a
Everything I do.
fancy mute
I'm gonna see
button.
if I can leave computer audio.
Did it?
Fancy mute button.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? I take that as a no. All right. So I hopefully have only red, right? Looks like it.
Yeah, I can hear you. So
Okay. So
what
middle,
is happening?
middle of the night. You're in bed. What is your
Mm-hmm.
passive perception?
My passive perception?
Yes.
My passive perception is 13.
Okay. Do me a favor and roll me a perception check. Normally it would be with disadvantage, but tea time gives you a straight roll.
Okay. $14.
Okay. Middle of the night, you're passed out, fast asleep. When all of a sudden you feel something leather get pulled over your muzzle.
Oh no.
And a hand comes down and cracks you on your temple.
Oh no.
It's gonna hit.
Oh no.
Where is it? That comes to unfortunately, I critted on the attack.
Oh no.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yep. So that starts with 3, 6. Team. 19 points of damage.
I'm out.
Okay, so the last thing you see
Oh,
is
fuck.
a familiar cloaked hedge and a familiar osprey as a dagger comes down and clocks you in the temple and knocks you out.
Okay.
All right, telling everyone they can come back now. I have a plan, don't worry. I love you.
So what did I miss?
You don't know yet. I need Gwen and Gerald to come back.
They just done fucked off.
All right. In the meantime, Zinsies, you wake up the next morning, go downstairs, have breakfast. You're just waiting for everybody else to come down.
Big old stack of pancakes.
Big old stack of pancakes.
I
Gwen.
just looking up as like seeing Hannah like. Ah!
All right, Gwen, you also wake up the next morning, come downstairs, have breakfast. Zinsies is already at the table. You're just waiting for everybody else.
Good morning, champion.
Morning.
Gerald, can you hear us? Gerald.
Gerald!
I can only see the top of his head.
Yeah, kind of. I don't think he's paying attention. You're good. You're good. Okay, now he's paying attention.
Excuse me.
All right, so Gerald, now you wake up, you come downstairs. Zinsies is down there, Gwen's down there. you guys are starting to have breakfast, and yeah. Red has not come down yet.
Angrily scribbling.
Wonder if Red's sleeping in again.
Perhaps she's hanging with her old acquaintance.
Well, that lady left before we all went upstairs.
Yes, but it's a small city.
Alderheart is not a small city. Meadowfen's a small city. It's not even classified as a city. It's more, not even a town. It's like a village.
Speaking of which, dear, we did hear that they're going to get extra support. Did you need to go home, or?
Well, Conrad said that he might want us for a job, so...
Okay. Well, family's more important, so if you want to go home, you can always come back and do a job later.
I'll think about it.
All right. Just let us know, dear. I'll get some more pancakes for you, because that doesn't look like it's enough.
You
Gerald?
should probably get a plate ready for Red as well.
Good thinking. Good thinking. Gerald, would you like anything?
I've got I guess close I can get it to steak and eggs, but they're working on it.
All right.
Takes a little long.
Gwen's going to go up to the bar and just get some more pancakes and some hash.
Okay.
Veggie hash if they have it.
All right. Easy enough. Fenton puts it on your tab, and
Yep.
it should be ready in like 10 minutes.
All right. And I think coffee this morning instead of tea.
Easily done. And he'll get the coffee and...
On a side note, how much is our tab?
At this rate, it's 3 gold per day per room. You paid for the first day. It's been 5. You're on day 5.
So 60 gold?
You paid part of it though already.
I'm about to pull a Zinzi's and slap down 100.
She just starts throwing gold coins at him until he says,
I'll say, because he was already going to discount the rooms because you guys helped save his bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you already paid for a couple of the days. We'll just say an even 25 is what you guys currently have on your tab.
Okay, I will give him 50 gold now, just
Okay.
so we're square and then we have a little wiggle room.
Okay.
But I also want part of that to be a tip for him because he's taking such good care of us.
Okay. All right.
So he takes a small pouch out and covertly slides it over to pay for everybody's stuff.
Okay.
Has Red still not come downstairs?
Nope. No sign of her.
Would I find that odd?
It's up to you. You can make a insight check or intelligence check if you want.
That's a 9. Plus 1 is 10.
She's usually down by now.
I'm gonna go check and see if she slept in.
Okay. You go up. Do you knock on the door?
Yeah.
No. No response.
I try to peek through the keyhole.
Make a perception check.
13.
13. It's a very small hole. It's kind of hard to see in the room.
I
Windows.
tried to open the door.
Huh?
I tried to open the door.
But do you usually keep your door locked or no? Then it's open.
I peek my head in. Red?
The room is tossed. She is not there, and the window is open. Her stuff, most of her stuff is still there. Like her weaponry, her armor, that's all still there.
I slowly close the door. Close the door again. I slam the door shut and I run downstairs. We have a fucking problem.
No, they didn't run out of pancakes, dear. Don't worry.
No, come with me. Come with me. And I click my boots of speed and I just mew upstairs.
More coffee.
She went, you.
More coffee, all of the coffee. All of it. Thank you.
Your girl just kind of stuffs the fork full of steak in his mouth and runs after her.
Are you both following Lindsay's?
Yeah.
Yes, but Gwen is just kind of like, she's hustling the way that like an auntie would.
Because I went so
walking.
fucking fast.
Power walking. She's got a fanny pack.
I dashed, so I went 120 feet.
Okay. So you guys get up. You guys get up there, and you look around, and the blankets are on the floor. Her bag, her gear is all still there. She's not. The window's open. A couple things have been knocked over. She's just gone.
It's a mystery.
And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Ah!
Because it's midnight.
It is,
Really midnight?
All
Someone
right.
then
Oh
stole-
my god, it is. What the hell?
Someone stole our stealer.
Boy!
Someone thieved our thief.
Well, for those of you who are watching, if anyone ever ends up watching this, thank you. We will see you all next time I post a video. I'm about to get reamed out by my players. So have a good night.
Because we won't know what happened till we watch the video.
Bye.